Madam President, I rise to ask that we waive Senate Rule 29.3 in order to take up amendments without reference to file to AB 191.
Senator Hollingsworth, if we can put that over, we're going to go ahead and we'll move on that. We'll come back to that issue shortly. Members, the budget measures are on call. We are going to go into a recess.
Madam President, I'd like to take up that matter before we go into recess.
Okay.
Madam President, I move that we...
Yeah, we would need to get an analysis of those amendments, and the analysis, as I understand it, excuse me, Senator Hollingsworth, we need to get an analysis of the amendments, and to my understanding, the analyses are not at the desk.
Madam President, the amendments are at the desk in mock-up form, which is sufficient for this body to deal with the amendments.
Okay, there is an objection to unanimous consent. We will go ahead then, and we can do a roll call on the request to take up the amendments in mock-up form. There's an objection to that. We will call the roll. If the noes prevail, that means that we will not move forward with taking up Senator Hollingsworth's request. The majority leader is requesting a no vote. And there is a motion to lay on the table. Then let's turn that around. If we're going to do it as a motion to lay on the table, then I will ask for an aye vote.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair. Point of...
Okay, let's go back then. There was an objection prior to this, so the motion will be on the objection to taking up the amendment. That is the motion. Senator McClintock?
Madam President, it is a legitimate motion to make to suspend the rules. An objection only prevents the unanimous consent. The question before the House is to suspend the rules to allow the amendments offered by Senator Hollingsworth to be taken up without reference to file. It is a motion to suspend the rules.
Madam Chair, the motion we are dealing with as a point of parliamentary inquiry, is it not correct that the point we are dealing with is the motion to suspend the rules? A motion to lay on the table amendments would not be in order because we have not gotten to that point yet.
We are not on the amendments. The amendments have not been presented. We are going to the original objection. We are going into the original objection. That was the first motion that we're going to. The motion is to object to taking up the amendments.
Well, the motion would be to suspend the Rule 29.3, Madam Chair.
Yeah, Madam President, if I may.
And there is objection.
Which would require a vote.
Yes, correct.
There is the objection to this, so this will be the vote. Senator Kuehl?
Thank you, Madam President. I simply objected to unanimous consent to suspending the rules.
Right.
I believe that Senator Hollingsworth has asked that we vote to suspend the rules in order to take up the amendments. I would recommend we simply defeat the motion.
Precisely.
And that is before us. That is the motion before us, to defeat this. Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested?
For purpose of clarification, then the motion before the House is whether to suspend the rules in order to allow Senator Hollingsworth to take up the amendments. Correct. Senator Kuehl objects, and she's asking for a no vote to suspend the rules. Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested. Aye, Ackerman. Alquist. No, Ashburn. Aye, Batten. Aye, Calderon. No. Cedillo. No. Cogdill. Aye. Corbett. No. Correa. No. Cox. Aye. Denham. Aye. Ducheney. Dutton. Aye. Flores. Harmon. Aye. Hollingsworth. Aye. Kehoe. Aye to no. Kuehl. No. Lowenthal. No. Machado. No. Maldonado. Aye. Margetts. McClintock. Aye. Migden. No. Roberto McLeod. No. Oropeza. No. Padilla. No. Parada. Ridley Thomas. No. Romero. No. Runner. Scott. No. Semidian. No. Steinberg. No. Torlington. No. Vincent. Wiggins. No. Weiland. Aye. Yee. Runner. Aye. Margette. Aye. Yee. No.
Ayes 14, noes 21. The measure is defeated. Members, we will go into a brief recess at this point.